How's everyone? Give me a second here. I'm going to catch up with you. I just need to put up the desktop so I can see the comments better. Don't want to squint. Don't want to squint at the phone. We got Brian here. We got Stuart here. Welcome, guys.
Hello.
What's up, Stuart?
Hello.
Brian was first. 60 subs for Brian. Awesome. Says it's so cool.
Mhm.
Just waiting to be verified so I can go live. My first live stream will be Bible request readings. Nice. Jamie Brown is here. Hey, Jamie.
Me and Brian have had a conversation while you were waiting for you to go live.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
I
Michael.
see.
Squirrel. Spice is on life. Hello. So, yeah.
Hey, Michael. Spice. Vincent, my friend, how are you? Nice to see you. You subscribe to Spice on Life? Used to be Horror of Spice.
Think so. I'll double check.
He's a good guy.
Brian's Brian's little care package stuck.
Good. Yep, he said 60. Vincent says I've been well. Excellent.
Hey, Salma.
Hey, Selma.
I've just had a night of it. I'm not bringing it to your chat, Yogi, but I've just had a night of it, so I'm here for some P&Q.
What's going on?
I'll tell you offline.
Okay. Selma says, how are you? Selma, I'm doing pretty good. Still got a cough. How's the Stuart? How's Wendy feeling?
Wendy's mediocre.
Okay. The meds are kicking in though?
I think she's got one more antibiotic to take. So I think she'll be phoning tomorrow to try and get another set dose.
Right. Let's see. Michael says I should be getting my spoons tomorrow. I got some spoons coming from Michael. Hand carved spoons I bought from him.
Hi, Jess.
Hey, Jess. Jess, what's new?
I like
Yogi.
I like when if you get the spoons, that'd be worth it. By the way, got 23 people here to hit that thumbs up button.
Nice. Welcome, guys. Let's see. DG123 official. Hello, my friend. Is this so nice? Yeah, we try to be nice. We do our best.
We do try.
Man,
All we can do is try.
I'm looking at my, my head freshly shaved today, and it's offering a nice contrast to my thickening beard.
Did you see Jace earlier?
I didn't see. Well, I did see Jace. But I don't remember. See, 123 is from India. Welcome from India, my friend.
Well, yeah, you're welcome from India, but you don't need to say old man. That's going to get you no friends.
Did he say old man? All I see is I'm from India.
No, I had the comment.
You don't need to hide anything. Everything's up front. All friends. You call me old man every day.
I'd never call you an old man.
Yeah, you
I
did.
have never once. I've called you because you just explained. I've had to say it now, but I've never called you an old man.
I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna have to go back every single live stream.
You're gonna have to because I have never called you an old man.
Let's see. Someone did some Christmas caroling. Nice. One of the better parts of Christmas for me. Jess says, just got back from house hunting in the mountains. Been ongoing for weeks on end. Done until Jan. Awesome.
Have you seen the song in the group chat
No.
about Chevy? No?
Oh, no. I saw that you put something. And haven't had a chance.
Very, very funny. If anybody's got a Chevy, I will put the link to my community post. I think Brad drives a Cadillac. He doesn't drive a Chevy.
Let's see. Michael says you should get them. I've sent stuff YouTubers from Virginia to New York and Massachusetts. Nice. It is growing for you, Michael. Someone did some Christmas caroling. We got some trophies from official. Appreciate the trophies. Someone said at the restaurant. Let's see. A friend can call a friend old, but a stranger, I don't know. I have zero interest.
That's what I'm saying.
I have zero
A
interest.
friend can call somebody old, like an old hello friend.
Yeah, that's.
But I'm not calling you old by age.
Pretty sure you have. You and Marie spent all last night calling me an old fart.
I didn't call you nothing last night.
And
you're trying to put
zero...
words in your own head. You're putting words in your own head to come out your own mouth. I have never called you anything of the such.
This will be under review. I'm going to bring it up with my staff.
This is under severe review, by the way.
I'm going to bring it up with my staff, and we're going to do some fact checking.
Your staff. Well, I must be included in this meeting, by the way, because I am one of your head moderators. So yes, you're gonna have to include me in this meeting with biscuits and tea.
For political reasons, we might need to leave you out of it.
For political reasons, because I'm involved in it.
It's an internal investigation.
No.
I'm going to put Squirrel Sniper in charge of this.
Squirrel Sniper, you're from my side of the pond, and a fellow brother. Help.
Brian says that's
thank you, Salma. Thank you, Salma. Even Salma said that was Marie.
Let's see. She says, Yogi, not old. I'll be honest. I have zero interest in what anyone calls me, says about me, comments on me. Zero interest. Most of the time, someone puts something, all I ask is be clever. Can you say something to a bald guy that he hasn't heard before? Do you know what I mean?
Grow hair.
Heard it. Heard it. So just be clever. Try to be funny. The funniest comment
you asked a question. What can you call a bald guy that has never heard before? I just said, well, grow hair.
I've heard it. The funniest thing I ever heard from someone coming in was, you look like the version of Spider-Man that was bitten by a regular spider.
And how does that work?
Like a regular guy. No superpowers. Just a guy that was bitten by a spider. I don't know why. It cracked me up all day long. We miss you too, Selma.
Right. So you're meant to be Spider-Man.
That was bitten
and
by a regular spider.
You don't even look like Spider-Man.
But the version of Spider-Man that was bitten by a regular spider. That was a joke. It turns out the guy who said it is actually a stand-up comic in Las Vegas. And he was testing out material. And he left a comment like that, and he left a whole bunch more, just roasting me. And at the end, he's like, you laughed. You just rolled with every shot that I gave you. Didn't take anything personally. He's like, do you mind if I come back and test out material? And for a long, Eric Lapointe was here, and Squirrel Sniper was here when he did it. He came back once a week. I haven't seen him for a while though. But yeah, I don't take any of that personally. And if I do, if someone does make a comment and I find myself taking it personally, it's not on that person, it's on me. Why did I decide to take that personally? And how do I navigate?
Just remember what I've got that I can take away.
And I can get right. we can get it right back. See? Brian. And Brian doesn't lie. He doesn't make this stuff up.
Well, I'm with Salma. Salma doesn't lie.
Someone does not lie. However, Brian says, Yogi, you got an onion head. Now, you know what that means. Brian is saying I have layers. He says I have layers.
You're wrapped up in layers, onion boy.
I'm very complex, is what I'm taking. Is what I'm taking from Brian. That I'm a very complex, layered individual.
I got that. I just said a line from Shrek. You're so wrapped up in layers, onion boy.
I never saw Shrek.
But there you go. That's one of the lines from Shrek.
All right, okay. That'll probably be the closest I ever get. I'm not anti-Shrek. It just, I don't know why. Never made it. Just says the Greed Squirrel, the younger age. I have 2 of those. Samper says that was a great stream that night, Teddy. It was a great stream.
Can I get a gas mask, please? Or someone phone up Scottish Gas Networks. There's a leak.
What's going on?
Wendy's got the place.
Wendy's not done such a thing, so stop telling tales.
I'm not telling tales. Salma, Wendy's got it twice, literally.
Stop telling tales.
Samper says, Jess, my daughter is 11 and wants TikTok. I bluntly refuse it as a minimum age 13 policy for start. But I don't think 16 should be the youngest.
Hello, Odum's
Hey,
Homestead. Hello.
Odom, I expected you to come in just the other night because we were talking about fig trees.
Here's a question: figs, the things figs.
You got the right person here.
Cookie. Are they actual figs from fig trees that are actually going inside a fig biscuit?
Yeah, but probably not the highest quality and probably not a whole lot. Probably like the essence of figs. But the Odom knows all things figs. And he would tell you it doesn't even resemble what an actual fig tastes like. That if you would be
taste like?
Can't even describe it. Odom could give the best example, but I don't even think he can describe it because it's so beyond what you could normally taste. Let's see. Someone says Brian Yogi is young. Thank you, Selma. I'm young at heart.
I'm as old. I'm as old and as young as I feel.
Yeah.
See, I'm too young to die old, and I'm too old to die young.
Let's see. Odom says, tastes nothing like any fig I ever tasted. The Fig Newton, the fig biscuit. So Stuart is young. Michael says, Yogi isn't old, he's a seasoned YouTuber. I like that. By seasoned, he might mean that I haven't taken a shower in a while.
Seasoned sounds more appealing.
Depends on what you mean by season. Like, here sometimes we use the word season as maybe someone needs to take a shower.
Brian's
maybe clean a bit. Odom says,
Wendy's giving you guys away.
Maybe an unripened fig.
Seasoned.
I believe it's Selma.
If you if you think seasoned, would that be like an oak tree?
A seasoned fig?
Well, I'm thinking of an oak tree. Oak trees are like oaks are very hard.
Right.
But the hardest wood on earth is Mexican rosewood.
Walnut's pretty hard too.
I'm thinking like of the hardest of the hardest.
Right. Like a seasoned vet.
Well, there you go, like a seasoned vet.
Brian says he knows a bit about figs. Hey, Brian, you need to talk with Odom. You guys need to have a conversation. Jamie says there's a fig tree near me. Some are hanging off, so I picked them. We've talked about this. Some people believe it was actually possibly a fig tree in the Garden of Eden. You know, depending what you believe. I believe Odom said it was something else, and Sniper said it was something else. I think Sniper might have said pomegranate. What's that?
I thought it was an apple.
Probably a pomegranate. Apple trees weren't prevalent in the that part of the world. What did you say, Sniper? I think Sniper said pomegranate, and I think Odom said. Someone says Christmas fart jokes coming your way. Can't wait.
Pomegranates. Odom
says Jamie, grab a couple plants, branches, easy to root.
What, for the fig tree?
Hey, Songhill. I didn't see you come in, my friend.
Hello, Songo.
Yep, from a fig tree.
I like a plum tree, pear tree. Never seen a partridge in a pear tree, but I like to have a pear tree.
I've seen doves in pear trees before.
Never seen a partridge in a pear tree.
I had some great aunts and uncles. They didn't have a farm, but they had a bit of property, and they had a small little orchard, apple trees, pear trees. It was nice. We used to go there in the summer and pick fruit. It says apples trees come from China, from the rose. Someone says, "We wish you a merry fart and a happy what? And a happy what? Black Lotus, Ironwood." Burner Boy says, "I've seen a partridge flat on the road before. Did you revive it?" Brian,
yeah,
Brian, I imagine you'll be able to do a live stream by tomorrow. Just says Squirrel, awesome. Both of mine are gamers. At least they were doing something. They were great. All kids are great, in my opinion.
Never heard of wood. I've heard of Mexican rosewood, which is like the hardest wood on the planet. Or on Earth, anyway.
Brian says, trim the roots of a fig to get massive production, or else it will keep greening with lots of new growth. I heard that, Brian. I heard that on another fig channel. And they do have channels devoted just to fig growing. Pretty amazing. I actually have a book here somewhere on figs. And I have a book on eels.
Figs, they're deemed a fruit?
Yes.
Or are they deemed a nut?
Fruit.
Fruit.
Yep. And some figs, not all, actually have a live wasp in it. Well, maybe it's a dead wasp, because that's the way they pollinate. Not all of them, but some. So some vegans won't eat figs because it has a bug. It has a wasp inside of it, which would be considered non-vegan.
So where's your stance on it then?
I think it's a natural part of life. So you're not exploiting an animal when you eat it. You know what I mean? You're not causing any harm. You're not the cause of any harm either. So I think it's fine. I think for the most part, even up in my take, even honey is fine. I would be kicked out of a lot of vegan discussion groups for saying stuff like that. I don't care. My role, the first principle of yoga is called ahimsa, which means harmlessness. To go through life causing as little harm as possible. to all creatures.
Well, that rules me out.
What's that?
That rules me out straight away.
Oh yeah, I wasn't going to invite you in the Yogi Club.
I wasn't wanting to invite anyway.
No.
I know you were hinting. You were hinting at it. You wanted to learn the
I'm just
secret
saying
handshake.
I could not. I wasn't hinting. I'm saying I could not. I mean, I kill fish, so I mean, people have got to eat fish,
Well,
and I'd rather catch and give them away to people that are going to eat them.
right. Let me answer
I'm actually.
Odom's question real quick. You still want to try to root them Italian honey cuttings, Yogi? I would like to try. Or better said, I would like Mocha to try because she's better at that stuff than I am. She would deny it. She thinks that she does not have a green thumb. Verna Boy says, a great suggestion. Brian, I think you need to turn on the live stream function in YouTube desktop in order to be able to start. So make sure you check that, Brian. He says, Skit's new song is so nice. It is nice. It is nice. And I was so honored that he said I was part of an inspiration for that song. Gave me a nice shout out. Just says, well, I never knew about figs and wasps. Great to know. It is an interesting fact. After this, I'll talk about eels. But before I do, here's my take on fish. You're not cruel to fish when you catch them to eat them. You don't toy with them. You don't harm them. You put yourself in a natural cycle of catching fish to eat. I mentioned, and I told this to Bob, I would much rather, to me, you're much in line with that principle of ahimsa, non-harmfulness, by hunting and fishing to get your food than getting food that has been produced in an agri farm, in a business where they treat animals as a commodity. You treat animals, you treat fish as a living, breathing creature that you honor and you pull out. When I watch Stam pull that fish out and then put it back in the water and say thank you, that was honoring life. Do you know what I mean? I don't have any issue with that. And it's not for me to have issue with anything. I just don't like animals that are tortured and treated like a product. And you don't do that when you fish. For you, there's no cruelty involved. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why, why I appreciate you, I appreciate your channel, and I appreciate the whole community. And look at Bob. His best friend is a goose. They go fishing together.
No goose today. There was no goose today.
Nothing happened to the goose, did it?
There was no goose today. There was no goose today.
Was Bob sad? Probably
No.
Deep down inside, he's probably missing the goose.
The whole lake was frozen. But he did catch something for you. And he did mention clear as day on his members only live stream that you're going to have to watch back.
You said you were going to send me the clip.
I can't send you the clip. I don't know how. My phone won't allow me to clip. Right? But I can tell you that he caught something for you and you were mentioned.
Remind me, and I'll check it out tomorrow. I'll watch the whole thing. Bona Boy says, here's something to think about, Yogi. Is an apple dead once it's picked? No. From the tree. That gives it life, or it's the start of the apple's life. It is just life.
If you pick an apple from a tree and replant that apple, you're going to grow another apple tree.
Right. This is why you're actually in the life cycle itself. A lot of people like to talk about, when they pick up their package of pork chops wrapped in cellophane, that, it's just part of the circle of life. You're eating something that is dead. When you catch a fish and you cook it fresh, now you're in the life cycle. But when you go to the supermarket, you're eating dead food. Doesn't have the nutrients of if you pull something out of the water, if you go out and you hunt it. Because what you're eating has been chemicalized. It's been it's spent its entire life in fear. When your entire life in fear,
That's where I go to a butcher where they do everything fresh.
Right.
I mean, this is the difference between cellophane supermarket products compared to someone who can actually butcher an animal.
And what I've been told, it's the difference between American agriculture and European agriculture, for the most part. Maybe not 100%, but I've been told that it's cleaner for you guys than it is in America.
Oh yeah, it's miles cleaner.
Someone's eating tacos. What's tacos, Selma?
Tacos is crisps.
Jamie says, I'm looking at, looked it up. Fig wasps are only found in California and part of the Mediterranean. Yep, I would have mentioned that. Yeah, that's why I said certain figs. Stephen says the fig wasps are similar to the Oakdale wasp, Eric. Thanks, Sniper. Just says I have persimmons too. My dad's memorial garden. Nice.
Runner boy, I completely agree with you there.
I've never heard anyone say that before. Runner boy, I agree with you. I don't think it's ever been said in any live stream I've ever done. But or work in a factory farm. That's what Paul McCartney said. If factory farms had, if I think he might have said butchers. If a butcher shop had glass walls, everyone would be a vegetarian. But I would say for the most part, if an agribusiness had glass walls, if you saw what was really going on, almost everyone would, especially because they're breeding animals to be commodities now. They're breeding pigs without actual legs, so they can be kept in a crate for their entire lives. And pigs are hogs, very intelligent creatures. They take.
My uncle used to look at piggery.
Yeah,
my uncle used to look at a pig farm, right?
Yeah,
and
people love them.
It's amazing what he even himself, even he couldn't believe what people would actually see.
Right.
Now, my uncle can count, and there's a guy came in and he went, "Well, how many pigs are in each pen?" And he says, "Well," so he just did a count, and he went, "What?" He says, "I'm here every day. I can count." So you take your dead stock, which pigs obviously do pass away,
right,
and they eat their own. They actually eat their own, right? So then you're trying to work out, like, okay, like how do you go about like this scenario? This guy had no clue, and my uncle stood there and he's like, "Do you have any idea what you're doing?" And the guy's like, "Well, you had to try and count out how many pigs were in each pen. Some had 7, some had 5, some had 2. They were never on their own. There was never a pig on its own. They were all in group
right.
in each pen." And my uncle always got the number spot on, and the guy had no clue. So who, if you're there long enough and you can understand, it's easy to do.
Right.
It becomes like second nature.
Here's how they raise chickens now. They debeak them, defeather them, and keep them alive, hanging by their feet, hanging by their claws. What are they called? Indefinitely.
With their feet.
Yep. Keeping them alive, hanging by the feet, debeaked, unfeathered, for months at a time. They're not treated as animals. They're treated as a product, as a commodity. So I mentioned before, I spent about 4 or 5 months working on a veal farm when I was 15. And it was left an impression. I didn't automatically become vegan. It took a while, but it never faded away.
I mean, the thing with me, I would rather eat things that are either free range or organic. That's my two choices, right? First and foremost, they're my two choices. Either grass fed, if it's an animal, it's grass fed, it's grass fed.
Right.
Now, this is another thing that
Hey, Toy
people fail to
Pups.
realize. That people fail to realize. Cattle were fed hemp back in the heyday. Cattle were actually fed on hemp.
I've had some great conversations with Sniper on hemp. It's an amazing product. Could actually change if we cultivated hemp. If we weren't hung up on what else you could do with hemp, we could literally change the world. Sniper talks
Mhm.
about building. You could actually build construction. We can actually have buildings and homes built from hemp. We wouldn't ever have to harvest a tree, or hardly ever. Every book could be on hemp paper.
Hi, Toy
Welcome.
Pups.
Yep, welcome, Toy Pups. Just says that's terrible. Chickens. Hers are from Tiny Farm in PA. By the way, Jess and I used to hang out in the same crowds back when we were kids, back when we were teenagers.
Brian, you're eating a whole block of sharp cheddar cheese right now, bit by bit by bit by bit.
Yep.
How big's the block?
Hey, relaxing. Nice to see you, my friend. Just says,
So, I mean-
yes, hemp everything. Agreed there too.
See, here's another thing. I mean, rivers in Scotland should theoretically be given a dose of lime, as in like limestone.
Right.
I mean, they should be powdered that down and thrown in every river in Scotland.
Hey, runner boy, why did you decide to give up pork? Just says, hi, pups. Oh, eels.
Pork's
You ever eaten eels before?
eels.
Yep.
No, but I have seen one of my TV chefs across here. Squirrel Sniper will know who I'm going to say straight off the bat. Hugh Fenley Whittingstall. He would be more your cup of tea, Yogi. He's a countryman, right? And he does a lot of good things for going against he goes against the grain.
Right.
He has done a food fight for us on a fish. It's called the fish fight. He fought for people with the fishing fleet. And he tried to basically say that there was a
Hey, Skits.
someplace down in England, and I can't remember exactly what it was, but this guy went on a boat, and he was a trawlerman, and he said I had to put more than half my quota back of cod to the sea. He could only take what he could to dump it on shore, well, basically just off the shore, for people with landing nets to then grab a hold of that fish to take it home.
Relaxing good
Because
stuff.
they know that there's so much overfishing across here, it's unreal.
That's not good. Thanks for dropping that link. Relaxing. Eels
So what
are
do you do?
I don't know. Tough situation. Don't have answers for stuff like that. Sniper says, the story about Jesus and the pigs in the oven? Book of Thomas, I think it's from. I don't know that.
That's the first I've ever heard of that.
Just says, no pork. My Gmo told me too many farm stories. Eels are considered a delicacy for some people. It's actually big. I thought you might have had it because it's actually big in United Kingdom.
What, eel?
But I didn't want to talk about eating eels. Brian said he ate a groundhog the other day. My cousins used to eat groundhogs.
I've had a grey squirrel before.
My dad used to eat squirrel pot pie. But here's the thing about eels. Every eel in the Western Hemisphere are born in the Saratoga Sea. I want to Google this because I don't want to get it wrong.
Sargasso Sea.
The what?
They go to Sargasso to spawn.
Agassa? What was it?
Sargasso.
Sargasso. Yep, Sargasso. Every single one is born there. Not 99%. Every single one. And so you have an eel in New York, in Pennsylvania. It was born in the Sargasso Sea. Made its way all the way to Pennsylvania. Just wandering around. What's that?
You got eels.
And then
You got eels here.
right, all from that same sea. And then for some reason, they get the urge. Could be 20 years later. They get the urge to go back. And they go back and they mate and then they die. It's amazing. Nature's just amazing how that happens.
I mean, the best. Oh no. Hi, medic. Hi, Sean. Oh no.
What's going on?
Medic's here.
Eric says, all I'm going to say is it is what it is until it isn't. I would agree with that. Brian says, Skits, heck yeah. Hey, Brian, I'm glad you and Skits met this morning. Brian says, sounds like me.
Poison
says,
wraps are nice.
thank you, my friend Eric, and all friends. You're welcome, relaxing.
How are you, medic, my brother?
Ronan
Been a
Boy
while.
says, I also want to do, what is that, Cystal foraging?
Do.
We get some love from Toy Pups. Skit says, I think we should be able to hunt for our own food. Many people do. All right, poor man, how are you? Didn't see you come in. Poor man, how's the shoulder, upper shoulder back? How's that doing?
He said in Jace's chat that it was Yarkin.
Michael says, hey, Toy Pups.
Give it time to heal. Poor man. Don't do nothing strenuous with it. Just let it heal on its own.
Michael says, yep, I would. I just don't have the heart to kill an animal.
You wouldn't be saying that if you're on a desert island. You'd be saying, I need to eat.
Squirrel gravy is so good, you'd hardly be able to stay in your seat. Let's see. Brian says, never knew that about eels, Yogi. So fascinating. Yeah, it's amazing. Hey, Dan, how are you? I was just talking about you.
Blow me down with a feather. Hey, damn. Where have you been hiding?
Brian says, and we were just talking about him. I just mentioned that story. Reminds me of monarchs. Yeah, it does. Monarchs are the same. You know, geese can fly 1,000 miles in a day. Amazing.
It's even cuter when you see two bumblebees sharing the same flower falling asleep, covered in nectar.
Yeah, that would be amazing. It says I was 15 at the time, as my older friend who was 24 said if I catch it, he will give me a $5. So I caught it and he killed it, and we took it home and had duck and cheese sandwiches. Huh. Hey, P Outdoors. Cam says I hibernate.
That's funny, medic, because it's true. Try and go to the shop and try and find something that's not Christmas related. It's like an excuse to say Pete. Everything you pick up is like festive, festive, festive.
Brian is asking Sit says he needs to figure out how to make a song by sending tracks back and forth. I bet you Skits can help you with that.
No, medic, runner boy. No, 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 not runner. Runner boy. When you leave Greg's, it's not the pigeons. It's the seagulls.
What's Greg?
Greg's is a baker's.
Yeah.
Yeah. Greg's is a very popular bakery across here. And when you leave that place, you're going to get dive bombed by a seagull. That will take it straight out your hands. No word of a lie. I've had one right here. Yogi. I've had a seagull at my face.
You've done a video call to me,
There you go. Wendy,
and I couldn't stop laughing.
I saw this bird, right, sitting on top of the art gallery in Dundee. It saw me because I knew I saw it. By the time I was on the phone to Wendy, by the time I looked, that seagull flew off the top of this art gallery, and I was at my face. And it stole my chicken slice.
Smart bird. I had a squirrel sitting on my deck like 2 weeks ago, eating a drumstick. Holding it up. I posted a video. It's on my Facebook or my YouTube. Eating a drumstick. I don't know where it gets drumstick. I don't have drumsticks. But it was just sitting on my deck, eating a drumstick. And I had a crow fly by with vegan French toast in its mouth. How do I know it was vegan? Because I went to brunch with Mocha, and she had threw away the leftovers that she had, and our crow had it and had the entire piece of French toast, vegan French toast. But nothing beat the squirrel with a drumstick.
I've had a seagull bang my head to try and knock me unconscious because I had 4 ice creams in my hand. That was a disaster. Hi, Moon.
Hey,
How are you?
Oricon. How are you, my friend? Jess says, got to finish my class. We need to get together after the holiday. Eric, absolutely, Jess. We'll head over to the bookstore.
Stole a whole cone of chips out of my hand in Devon. Yeah, I can believe it. They're toxic birds.
Hey, Moon. Skit says the seagulls here in Blackpool are aggressive. I seen them take my brother's bacon bomb and my nephew's cake.
They don't care. And this is the problem. Us humans have overfished the sea, so now they're constantly hungry, and they're now eating our food because we've taken theirs.
Right. Oricon says, how can you make vegan French toast? You just don't use eggs or milk.
So how do you make it then?
I don't know. We went to a restaurant. We went to brunch. But it tastes good. Medic was in a French restaurant, and I asked the waiter if he had frog legs, and he said yes. So I said, hop over here and get me a cheese sandwich.
I can believe Medic doing that actually.
Brian
Runner
says, "I'm
boy
sorry."
problem is French toast.
It's French toast.
But how can it be French toast?
How could it not be? Google it up.
French toast. French toast is eggs and milk beat together, bread dipped in there, and then fried.
All right. First thing that came up. Vegan French toast. How can I make a
I'm
vegan
intrigued.
French toast without eggs? The secret ingredient in my French toast recipe is so common, I'm sure you have it in your pantry right now. Cornstarch. It's perfect for getting the crisp exterior and works like a charm as the bread cooks in the pan.
Cornstarch.
Says it's easy or easier than the original. Whisk all the batter ingredients in a shallow bowl large enough to hold a piece of bread.
Runner boy, I agree with you. I think what he means is basically vegan French toast is just a Frenchman making it. Yep.
Nope, you wouldn't even be able to tell the difference. For you, it would just be French toast. Almost anything you can name, Mocha can veganize it.
Venison.
Veganize it. If you can veganize a hamburger, you can veganize venison. Or have
How on
something
earth
that
do you veganize venison?
it would taste like venison. It wouldn't be from an actual deer. It would taste like venison. Same like a vegan burger tastes like a burger. My Aunt Moon said you also use yogurt. There you go. Nice. Great suggestion.
What?
Orcon says actually what you call French toast, we call it pain perdo in France, lost bread, and was traditionally made with bread that is too old and too hard to eat. Huh, interesting. Did a French man make it? Maybe.
I just said that comment and you go over it. That's funny.
What's that?
I already said that comment to you and you agreed
Right.
like 5 minutes ago and you come back out with it.
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, that went straight over your head, Yogi. I didn't even pass go. I didn't even collect £200. That just went straight over.
Much does. Much goes right over my head.
Unless I say something vegan, then it'll stick in between your ears.
Not necessarily.
I beg to differ.
Skits is looking forward to working with Brian. Man, that would be a pretty cool mashup. Two different styles. Medic says if I had some ham, I could have ham and eggs and chips if I had some eggs. And if you had some chips.
If you had some ham.
It says, well, what a Monday. Starting to be for me, I decided to challenge my social anxiety. Just sent a video to a few people I had. A video call with the great Jace. Now I'm getting to collab. Awesome. That's a great Monday, Skits.
Where's my video called? Skits? Where's our friendship gone? You used to message me and I don't get nothing. I suppose I'm not cool anymore.
What do you mean anymore?
Sean's a cool kid, so yeah,
Hey,
I
Austin.
must not be the coolness anymore.
You got a video from him in the chat.
What, video for me or of me?
Video in the chat for everyone. Tomorrow you get a video call.
Hello, Austin, my estranged but lovable YouTuber
How did he get?
that likes to make fun of people.
How did he get estranged?
Because it's just a strange what he does. It's just one of those things he does. He just he'll take me and you at the moment, and you'll be going and then I'll be going and it'll be back. That's what I mean. That's a strange thing to do.
Runner Boy says, Skits, remember who we are meant to blame on Yogi's Live? Who are you meant to blame, Runner Boy?
You can't blame me.
Sniper says, that's because you're always busy on Eric's.
That's not necessarily true.
You know, they say that parody is one of the highest compliments. And that's what Austin's doing. He's doing a parody of you and I.
Runner Boy, you're now losing all respect I just had for you.
Runner Boy's comment is funny. Your comment was pretty funny too. I would start with not having any respect for Runner Boy. You're safer that way. You'll never be disappointed at all. Runner Boy cracked me up in his live stream today. Someone came in. It was his bench workout, big bench workout, and someone came in and says, "When does the big bench start?" And Runner Boy says, "When your mom comes in the room." I don't know why that struck me as so funny, but it did. You don't mess with Runner Boy. He doesn't take it, and he does it with such a deadpan. You know, he doesn't. He's not upset.
Hello, my brother. There's one guy right there. Bulk.
Sniper says, Eric, my 5-minute hit timer hasn't gone off yet. It will.
What 5-minute egg counter?
Brian says, don't mess moth frequencies. I just play 440. Hey, Moskva. Favorite food is sushi? I'm going to go with pancakes.
Pancakes?
Yep, my favorite food. I like oatmeal a lot.
Why don't you have porridge?
Isn't oatmeal and porridge about the same thing?
You said you like pancakes.
Hmm?
You said you like the pancakes. So why don't you have porridge instead of pancakes?
Because I like pancakes. Right?
But I'm asking.
It's like me saying, you say you like haggis, and I say, well, why don't you have goulash? And your answer would be, because I like haggis. Right? So I like pancakes. So why would I have porridge?
Right. Okay, well, the thing is, you could say to me, like, what if you were to say to me pancakes and waffles?
Right. Now, that's another conversation. We've had that here. My opinion, waffles are just a highfalutin pancake. They're just a pancake that has a high opinion of itself. Needs to be taken down a notch or two. Although, and it might have been Squirrel Sniper, he said they do come with little holes for the syrup to seep in. That's a good point.
How can you sit there and say waffles are disgusting? I've got a question, by the way. Somebody's just asked me a question. I better answer it. Squirrel Sniper, I completely agree with you that 432 hertz is the way that we need to listen to music. Thank you. Sean, what do I whisper to fish? I don't know how well you can see all these, but this is what I've been tying up. They're my fish whisperers. That's a box of flies, people. For anybody that doesn't know. They come in different sizes, different colors. Some are pretty, some are just I'll give you an instance of this thing. It's like a bass lure for largemouth bass. Here's one that I tied up. And it's called a snake. My version of it, of course. So you got a hook at the back and a hook at the front. So yeah, it's meant to represent a snake. Whisperers, fish whisperers. That's what they are.
Cool.
I love waffles.
Moss Claw
Especially blue.
says,
I
how
love
dare you,
blue
runner boy? Archon says, Eric, I thought about you this morning. I was meditating and was disturbed by mice running in front of me. Yesterday you were saying how much you don't like mice. I don't like them either. Were you able to get right back to your meditation?
Have I
Hey,
done
Ivan.
any calls?
Ivan, how are you, my friend? Nah, we're sort of free rolling it, Ivan.
Hello, Mossclaw. Bye, Mossclaw.
Sorry, my friend. We'll see you later. Thanks for coming in.
What else are there? Waffles are disgusting. How can you sit there and say that, runner boy? That's why Mossclaw's left. Bring back mighty blue waffle. And for anybody who says that all blue waffles aren't real, trust me. All you need to do is get blue food coloring and put it on the waffle. You've got yourself a blue waffle.
But why would you? I
Well,
can
why
see
would you?
doing green on St. Patrick's Day.
You can get green food dye, you get blue food dye, you get red food dye, you get yellow food coloring. You can get any color of food coloring you want.
Right. I wouldn't know why. Why mess with a perfectly good waffle?
Exactly, Yogi.
Well,
Thank
why
you.
would you mess around with a perfectly good pancake? You can make the same way.
I wouldn't. I would just eat my pancake. I don't need my pancake to be blue or to be green. I just need it to be a pancake.
I want it to be brown. I want it to be blue. I can be violet skies. I can be
Right,
I can be
Stuart,
right. Sorry, I just wanted to burst into that song because really other colors.
Ivan says, there's so much to search. Where's your search taking you, Ivan? Poor man says 100 seals and 250 recovery is complete. Nice. Good job, poor man. No pain? Ivan says so much to observe. Absolutely. You are correct about that, my friend. Including the observer.
My purple carrots orange.
Brian says, y'all want to see my baby boy? He's so handsome. Yeah, that's right. We saw your daughter. We haven't seen your baby boy. Alex says, but see emptiness. It sounds like you've been doing Douglas Harding's headless experiments, Alex or Ivan. He's 9 months old. Orkhan says, yes, I managed to get back to it after being annoyed for a little while. The same morning, I was reading a book from Mehdi Sayadaw, and he was meditating in the Burmese jungle for years. Mice is nothing. This is true. When you got to worry about cobras and pythons, look like I see through my emptiness.
Snakes don't.
Take care, my friend.
Snakes have never fazed me. I got an idea of my snakes.
Do you have them?
Never had one. I've touched one.
I mean, they're not natural in Scotland, are they? I know they're not in Ireland.
They are in Scotland.
Are they?
We've only got one. One of the only venomous snakes that's across here, and the majority of them are in Scotland. They do.
See, Ivan?
They are in certain parts of Wales and some parts of England, but it's called an adder,
Right.
and it's basically like a pit viper. It's part of the viper family. Excellent
Wonderful.
swimmers.
Do you have still worms in Ireland?
Slow worms you get in England too. You get England. England have got England have got slow worms. They've also got grass snakes too, but grass snakes are harmless. They're non-venomous.
It's good
We've
to
only
see
got one venomous. We've only got one venomous species, which is an adder.
So let's see. Skid says he's owned 20 or 30 tarantulas. Wow. Brandon Boy says so worms are a snake yogi.
Slow
Brian,
worms
Euclid.
they might look like a snake, but a slow worm's more like a lizard without any legs.
So how do you recover, Brian? He was bit by a brown recluse spider. Orkhan says I lived in Wales for a while and heard about snakes, but they are less common than gold or leprechaun. We got a pretty fair amount of snakes here.
Well, you've got your eastern diamondbacks.
Yep.
You've got your.
We have
What else?
copperheads in my neighborhood every year.
Kids
and dogs a bit. But we have most of the snakes here are non-venomous, except for the copperhead, and then we're about 45 minutes away from where they have rattlesnakes.
Timber rattlers, and eastern diamondbacks. That's copperheads. I think that's probably what's on the east coast of like the States. Then further west you go, you've got your western diamondbacks, your water moccasins, which you call cottonmouths.
Yep, they're a little on the aggressive side. Not all like rattlesnakes aren't really aggressive, but water moccasins, they're pretty aggressive.
They're a wild unit. They are a wild unit.
Hey, Linda. Selma says, can I co-stream with you, Yogi? Well, I'm going to talk for about 10 minutes, and then I'm probably going to shut things down and go to bed.
No, what?
I'll bounce off and give somebody else a chance.
No, that's all right. I'm going to go ahead and shut things down in just a minute. Brian says, yeah, came close to having my leg lopped off. Wow.
Snakes across here, I mean, the only venomous ones that you probably do get to see are in zoos. But you're more like natural snakes, like your adders and whatever else. They kind of like take cover in this type of well, in this kind of conditions, you won't see them.
Yeah,
They'll
or
go into
consist.
hibernation.
In the US, I'm not surprised you have a lot of snakes, but in the UK, the weather's just so bad. There are almost none.
Australia's the worst place for snakes.
Australia's the worst place for everything that can kill you. And almost everything in Australia can kill you.
That's why I
Even
love
the-
Australia so much.
Even the mice are like poisonous.
I'm hoping Bulk's still here listening to this because he's an Aussie himself. He's had to deal with red belly black snakes. I mean, it's now come to their summertime, so red bellies, eastern brown snakes, which is like the second most deadly snake in the world. You got well, spiders are. You got your redbacks, and you've got Sydney funnel webs, other spiders, and whatever else. Wolf spiders, brown mouse spiders. I mean, you've got like if you go out to the outback of the outback of Australia, then you've got the most venomous snake on earth. Fierce snake. Might be fierce by nature, but it might be fierce by name, but not by nature. Steve Irwin had one of them licked him on his face. He laid still and didn't breathe, didn't move. He came up and licked him on the face.
Let's see, Brian says he had a photo.
But basically, Africa, you could say the venomous snake is all venomous snakes. Black mambas. They are the most aggressive, highly strung. What else? How else could you?
Selma says, "Ooh to the ooh to the ooh ooh ooh." They don't have big predators in crocodile, except for crocodiles in Australia, says Orkan. Asia and Africa are way more dangerous.
The northern territories, like Queensland upwards, that's saltwater crocodile heaven.
Yeah, the AT has tons of rattlesnakes, Brian. You know, one of the most dangerous animals in Africa, hippopotamus. More people are killed by hippopotamus than predatory cats and crocodiles.
Did you ever watch the documentary Steve Irwin did across in Africa?
Huh.
There's a DVD that came out of was it Steve's Most Dangerous Adventures, and he did a whole thing for Africa. It was in a DVD set. He was on a canoe, and he took a very wide berth of the hippos. He was on the River Nile, upper parts of the River Nile. But just because you call it what do you call it? A Nile croc, because it's on the River Nile, but we've got other rivers that are connected that are like smaller. The Nile croc's got hold of a dead hippo, and Steve said it was that the air was stupid because of the smell coming from the egg carcass that was a hippo going downstream. The crocs got so much into a feeding frenzy that actually dislodged the hippo. They head downstream. So you've got this feeding frenzy of all the crocs. This hippo's going away downstream. Crocs have got to follow it, but they're going to meet other crocodiles downstream. It's crocodiles across in Africa, especially in the Nile, have got a completely different system of feeding than saltwater crocs that are across Australia. Total different pecking order.
Huh.
The big croc that you'll see in Africa will eat first. A saltwater croc, a big male will wait until the female has eaten.
Skit says, don't you just love nature? Amazing. Orcon says, in India, for example, they have tigers that eat people, lions, leopards, bears, crocodiles, elephants, rhino, king cobras, and other snakes, spiders and mosquitoes, and many diseases that enjoy. It's true. This is true. Imagine crocs and a pair of crocs. Foreman says, I think, according to this demon with deep tissue work, my back goes brand new. That's awesome. It's awesome, Dan. Looking forward to seeing some big work coming out again.
I mean, the biggest snake on earth, venomous wise, is a king cobra. And they're very intelligent.
And they can be fairly aggressive too. And they're quick, they're fast. They actually, not just like in striking, but they can like travel fast.
They're the
With their
only
head
venomous snake that's bring down an elephant. They're the
And they can
only
s-
venomous snake that will bring down a fully grown elephant.
And they spit.
No,
They can spit their venom.
king cobras don't spit.
I thought they did.
Nope.
What is it that
King
spits?
cobras don't spit. Spitting cobras range from a Mozambique spitting cobra. That's the worst of them all. When it comes to spitting cobras, that's the worst because they can be lying flat and they can still shoot venom any direction, and they're damn good at it.
Nice.
They can lie flat and still project their venom. And that's a Mozambique spitting cobra. You get them in the south part of Africa. But the biggest venomous snake is a king cobra.
Foreman says Black Mamba. Skits his app and Cypher
They're
says with his own
actually one
suitcase.
of the fastest deadly snakes. They're quicker than anything else.
Hurts
If you-
Vietnamese
That thing will
stories.
tag you 5 or 6, 7 times before you can grab a hold of it. And it's only a matter of time before you're dead.
Right. Someone
20
doesn't like
minutes.
snakes.
You want 20 minutes.
Foreman said heard some Vietnam stories about Burmese pythons eating people.
Burmese pythons eating people? I wouldn't say so. You've got more chance of an articulated python eating a human than you would do with a Burmese python.
Runner Boy says the honey badger wins. They eat the snake, get bitten, to keep going. Oricon
Well, it's
says
like a mongoose. Mongooses
Right.
are the same.
I saw a king cobra working in a mango orchard in India. That was so scary. It was standing up. Yeah, I heard they stand up like that, being very angry.
Yeah,
All the Indian guys.
They can be head height with you. 14-foot snake, no problem. Like, just like have its body length over you. It can stand head height.
The inland taipan. Inland taipan is considered the most venomous snake in the world.
A python.
Taipan.
Pythons are
Taipan. T.
taipan.
Right.
Inland taipan. That's what you call a fear snake. They're on the outback of Australia. But if you go down like the python route that somebody was on about pythons, like Burmese pythons, the biggest of the python species, you got articulated python. They can grow to some size. You've also got the green anaconda.
Yeah, they get pretty big.
They're the longest. reticulated pythons are the biggest. Because the thing is, you think longer, bigger. Some of them can be long, but not as bulky. Reticulated pythons are a beautiful snakes.
Oricon asks if I have any pets. I have 2 adopted cats. Got them about a little over 2 years ago. So they're almost 13 years old. Sepper says, my last 2 dogs passed away 2019. I got a loner dog. Mocha's dog comes over. Sepper says, and then Taipan's venom is a potent mix of neurotoxins, procongulants, and myotoxins. Single bite can kill 100 people. Wow.
That's 250,000 rats, Yogi. In the context of each bite.
That's a lot.
But the thing is, because the inland taipan has got that venom, it's not ranked dangerous. Contact with it, unlike a black mamba, which has moved into people's houses. Because Africa, well, South Africa especially, is expanding all the time. So
Right.
houses that are just like getting built from whatever material they can get their hands on, they're going into people's houses. A black mamba, as I said, will kill you quicker than what a fear snake would.
Take care, poor man. I'm glad you're feeling better. Oricon says, I thought you were a dog person, Eric. Perfect companions for your walks. I do love dogs. But, like I said, when my last dog, when I had to put him down, my heart has been able to do it yet. And the fact that I get to see a dog almost every day, I get to hang out with Misty, Mocha's dog, who also, I've been with her since she's a pup, so she's as much my dog. All right, so I think it's time to wrap things up.
I've seen that film, Salma. I got 3 kids, so this snake spits venom too. Oh, very funny, Brian. I just realised what you said there. Should have read that comment out.
Yeah, I get it. Took me a bit. I wouldn't. If you
As soon as I
had,
realised, I was like halfway through saying it, I was like, no.
It says my dream job would be nature documentaries. That would be cool. Or like the great Steve Irwin, Schizorin. Cypher says there's also a vine with a sharp thorn. Has neurotoxins that can kill you within 24 hours of getting infected. Wow.
I think the worst snake bite, apart from what people think, okay, people would look at the neurotoxic venom as one of the worst because it shuts your it shuts your whole nervous system down. The ones are like the cytotoxic venom, which is basically where your skin is literally rotting off of you. That's the worst. Because there's no coming back. There's no coming back from that.
On that note, good night, sweet world. Much love to y'all, says Skits. Brian says, love you, Selma, and good night, brother Skits. Yep, on the cheery note of all the things that can kill us, that's a good time to say goodnight. Just remember, there are more things that don't kill us.
Night, night, Yogi.
Good night, Wendy. I hope the meds keep kicking in and you feel better and better.
Yogi didn't kill anything because Yogi loves everything.
Right, what was that you said, Yogi? Because I couldn't hear because Stuart was yapping.
Oh, I was saying I hope the meds keep kicking in and you feel better and better.
Oh, I've got one more to take tomorrow, and then I can see me getting another lot. So
I hope that puts an end to it.
hope so.
Orkan says I have to go now. Good night, everyone. And Eric, I wish you a good practice bar. Thank you, Orkan. You as well, my friend.
Squirrel. They things are just insane. Komodo dragons. Wow.
Oh, they're nuts.
They don't care.
Nope. Eat
They can eat a venomous snake.
They'll eat everything and anything.
Brian
Their
says,
mouths full of bacteria that even you, Yogi, won't survive it.
Nobody would,
Nobody can.
unless you're dead.
good
That's
point.
the only way. They love rotten flesh.
They eat anything alive or dead.
They especially go for rotten flesh.
They eat anything.
Brian says, all the love, man. You too, my friend. All right. Stuart,
I'll
thanks
give
for
you a
hanging out.
phone tomorrow.
What's that?
I'll give you a phone at some point tomorrow.
Okay. I should be around. Remind me to watch Bob's channel. The video.
Will do. Well, write it
And-
down on a piece of paper. You've got a piece of paper beside you.
I do. I can't find my pen though. Because I was playing with it. There's a pen. Almost time for a new notebook.
Whoa, squirrel. What's this? No surgery. It's starting to dissolve itself within the leg. But she may be over Christmas anyway. What's that for, squirrel?
For his mom. That's good news. Good news, Sniper.
Well, I take it she had a blood clot.
I don't remember.
It sounds like a blood clot. If it's starting to dissolve itself.
It's good news though. Awesome.
That is good.
I hope she is home by Christmas for sure. Selma says, God bless you. Thank you, Selma. All right. So,
I hate this getting old nonsense.
yeah.
I absolutely hate it.
It's not easy. My dad used to say getting old isn't for sissies.
No. One thing about getting old is when the health problems start mutating and festering and
I'm not even old and yet look at me.
yeah, I hate it. Because getting old brings everything with it.
I see the difference. Not as fast as they used to be. Don't use the same weights as I used to. A lot of that was because I spent a decade ultra running. Which just, I was a strong ultra runner, but it's different between being a strong ultra runner and being a strong other kind of athlete. You know what I mean? Obviously, when I was training for powerlifting, I had a strength that I didn't have when I was a runner. But we'll see. We'll see what I can get back with the kettlebells.
You
All
need
right.
more cowbell.
We all do. I'll get used to you getting old next year. All right. On that note, I'm going to see everyone tomorrow.
Message retracted. Cheers, squirrel.
All right, guys. I'll get used to getting old next year, is what Sniper was saying. Yeah, man, next year is a big year for me.
I'll be 34 in so many weeks.
I used to look forward to new age groups when I was running to see how I would, compare to other people. We got a song for Selma. Thank you, Selma.
Thank you, Salma.
All right. I'm going to see everyone tomorrow. Take care,
Peace.
Stuart. Peace. Take care, Wendy.
Yeah, you too.
Guys, I will see everyone tomorrow.
That's all right, Brian. You're more than welcome.
Yep.
See you after, people.